We are on the phone now with Neshama Carlebach. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am doing good. So,
Great
what
to
are
talk
you?
To you.
What are you doing here in Israel? And what was your latest concert? And what's this all about?
Last night I had an incredible show at the Jerusalem Theater together with Etty Unkri, who is an incredible singer here in Israel. And I've been really blessed. I'm here on tour and just running around, saying hello to all the people I love. And it's just been incredible.
Now,
thank God.
You grew up here, right?
No, I grew up in Toronto, actually.
Okay.
I've never had the privilege of really growing up here.
Okay, but
we were here, I wouldn't even say part-time. It was like maybe a tenth of the time because we had a house in Moshav Modi'in where my father had his Moshav. And we would come every summer and maybe on Pesach, maybe on Hanukkah, and we would just come and be here as much as we could. But really, I grew up in America.
Okay. Now, how'd you hook up with Etty Unkri?
So it was really my manager here, John T. Webner of Pirsume Nisa, and it was his idea. He said that it would be wonderful for me to do something with her. And the truth is, I'm not so familiar with Israeli music, but I've been a fan of Etty's for a very, very long time. Her song Ad Matai was a very big inspiration for me to sort of try to find a piano player that could do incredible vocal piano duets. One of the inspirations that I had for searching for David Morgan, my current producer. And actually last night I was privileged to sing Ad Matai with Etty. It was really wonderful.
And who showed up to that, you think? I mean, was that a bigger mix of Israelis?
It was an absolute mix. There was over 500 people there. And yeah, it was a mix of Americans, of Israelis, people coming for me, people coming for her.
Now,
it was very cool.
Speaking about piano, there's a lot of piano on this new album, especially
yes.
in that first song I played.
Well, my producer's name is David Morgan. We've been working together for 10 years, and he is, in my opinion, one of the most talented individuals on this whole planet. And our shows are really sort of duet-oriented between piano and vocal, and so our latest record is really very much representative of our shows and what we're trying to accomplish. Stuff like that. So yeah, it's very piano heavy, but he's incredibly talented. So I hope everyone enjoys.
Okay. And should I play a song now? Because I know you can't stay for the entire show. But
unfortunately, but we'll do it again. We'll do it again soon.
Okay, let me just play a quick song, and then we'll get back to this interview. Okay.
Which one are you going to play?
Adon Olam is.
Oh, that's a great one.
Is there a story behind that?
Good call. Adon Olam, not so much. But it's just a song that I've always loved. Really, my father wrote the original nigun to the words Elecha Hashem Ekra, but he would always sing it on Shabbat to the words of Adon Olam. So it became something that I hear it more with Adon Olam, and it's a great fun song. So good job. It's a really good choice.
Okay, we're back here on the phone with Neshama Carlebach. That was from her new album. We got a instant message here on the virtual studio chat room from Ken in Holland, I believe. Or maybe his name is Ken Holland. Nice to hear Shlomo's music lives on in Israel through the Moshav Band and Neshama.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
This album is like mostly Hebrew songs, and then you have this album Dancing with My Soul, and it's mostly English songs. So
right.
What's your philosophy on that?
I think that, because we have a lot of original songs, and I think at the beginning, when we started to perform them, we figured we'd do a half and half mix of Hebrew and English, and try to satisfy everyone that way in terms of what people prefer to hear from us. And I think that Dancing with My Soul didn't really work out in that sense, even though it's a very cool record, because I think that inherently the genres are different. So now my sixth record, after I made Dancing with My Soul, we made Ani Shalach, which was mostly Hebrew, if not all Hebrew, and Journey, this latest one, is all Hebrew, and Unplugged, which makes it a little bit different than the others, an acoustic record. And right now we're working to release our sixth CD, which is as yet untitled, which is all English music.
Okay.
And I think that live it's kind of cool to do a mix of it, but I think that in terms of records, there are definitely people who prefer to hear one or the other. So I think for me, I can't really speak for other artists, but one of the greatest challenges is to try to grow and experience new musicality and a new creative direction, but at the same time really keep pleasing the people who love you the most. And I've been very blessed in my career. I've had a lot of incredible support from people all over the world for everything that I've ever tried. And I want to express myself and create new music and write amazing lyrics that move me and share it with everybody. And at the same time, I want to be respectful to those who want to keep hearing me sing my father's music, or who want to, who have a certain image of what they want to hear. So that's sort of where I stand. But this new English record is really quite amazing. We're very, very proud of it. And hopefully it'll be out over the next several months.
What's it going to be called? We
don't know yet. The truth is, for me, titles are always the last thing to come to me. On every one of my records, I'm like, what do I call this? What do I call this? Okay. I'm not sure. But everyone who's listening can tune into my website, NeshamaCarlebach.com, and you can get on my mailing list, and I'll keep you posted.
We're getting another instant message that says, Neshama, we need a new Ma'ot Sur.
Ooh.
Maybe.
I like that.
Maybe on the 7th album.
Maybe on the 7th album. The truth is, I've actually been thinking about writing a song for Hanukkah, because I feel like it's a sad thing that people really, they kind of joke about Hanukkah. So many lahavdil, like all these Christmas songs that people really take so seriously, and there's not a lot of really, really powerful Hanukkah songs. So it's a great suggestion, and I've been thinking about it myself. So thank you so much for the message.
Okay. Now, what's up with some of your shows are women only and some are mixed, and
yes.
What's up with that? What are your feelings on that?
What's up with that? Well, I think it's the same sort of thing, that you have to try to make everybody happy. And there are some, depending on where you stand religiously, men who can hear a woman sing, and sometimes men who they can't hear a woman sing. And I completely respect that, absolutely. And so there are times that I sing for only women, and most of the time I sing for a mixed audience. But I'm happy. Both groups of people have incredible chemistry, and it's a wonderful audience regardless of who I'm playing for. So it's great. Some women also, they want to dance and they don't want to have men there. So that's why we do the mix. I always felt in my work that I really am sort of like straddling a whole bunch of worlds and not really necessarily belonging in one place only. And it makes things very cool, because I feel like I can reach out to so many people of different ages and different backgrounds and different groups, but it's at the same time it's a little bit lonely, because it feels like I'm never quite at home in any one place. But it's been beautiful. I really feel like my father's like that too, in a way. When he was alive, he wasn't really accepted or understood, and it was a lonely thing for him, I think. But thank God now he's being embraced. Hopefully he feels it from the other world.
I was on one of these Jewish dating services, and it's you have to put in Orthodox, Conservative, Reform, Modern Orthodox,
or
Carlebach.
I know, right?
So
my name is now a noun, a verb, an adjective. Funny.
Any thoughts on that?
I think it's awesome. I think it's hilarious, because it really does. It seriously does describe. It describes a way of life. It really does, and I think my father would be so proud and so pleased.
Okay.
I love that. I think it's hilarious.
That's good.
Yeah, I do.
I guess you got to go to a sound check now.
Oh, I can talk for a few more minutes. I'm just in the car on my way.
Well,
Glad to have you all with me.
Let me break this up a little bit and play from this English album for a minute or so, and then we'll be back, okay?
Sure.
Okay, now, where are you headed right now? To a concert, huh?
I'm headed to a concert. I'm going to a frat. It's a wonderful day in Jerusalem. It was gorgeous today.
For a change.
You were all here for a change. It was incredible. Beautiful day. Yeah.
We are here in the virtual studio chat room, and I'm going to read some of the messages. Neshama, you were the first exception to the Kol Isha ruling. I was in Borough Park, Brooklyn, looking for CDs a few years back, and you were the only female artist the store carried.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Awesome.
Is the Efratz thing female-only concert?
It is female-only. It is.
Okay.
Thank you guys, all of you. It's wonderful. It's good. It's a great thing when you do a women's concert. There's a beautiful energy. I think it's also like that, sort of like that fraternity feeling when you have only men together. It's a cool thing to do, to have gatherings that are like that, because it's a different kind of thing.
Yes.
One doesn't have to be exclusive of the other. I can't say that I love one more than the other. It's great, and it's different to have so many different cool experiences.
Who do you work with besides Eti Ankri? I mean, any American musicians or?
Not so much. I have an incredible 7-piece band, and we travel. And most of the time when we go, we do these very incredible big concerts, and if we're doing something for Hillel, sometimes we'll play with the a cappella group of the Hillel. A great a cappella group I just sang with at Brandeis in Massachusetts. And then also another one at Tufts. There's a lot of great groups, and a lot of times we sing with children's choirs. So that's sort of what I do when I travel. There's not really any one person that really kind of fits in my genre. I'm sort of in this Jewish woman thing pretty much by myself. It feels like sometimes.
It'll be interesting when this new all-English album comes out. Like, will they play you on a regular radio station?
I really hope so. That is my goal, to reach out to a wider audience. We're also doing a lot of interfaith work right now, which is unbelievable. Singing a lot for non-Jews who love Jews, and I do the same show for them as I do for everybody else. And I really feel like that's also a very amazing legacy that my father left for me to pick up. After my father passed away, I found in his room an invitation to sing for the Pope.
Wow.
Which was really very meaningful. Fortunately, tragically, he wasn't alive anymore to go. But I know that they were singing several of his songs. I have it on video that the Pope was singing Lamana Chavarei with his people.
This is the old Pope that passed away this year.
Yes, John Paul, yes. The new one, I don't know if he really knew who my father was, but it's really wonderful to be able to travel all over the world and meet all different kinds of people. We were just in Fort Wayne and in Indiana, and we sang for probably mostly non-Jews, maybe 50% non-Jews at least. And this woman came up to me, she said, "I'm Catholic, and I've never felt God the way I do right now."
Wow.
And that was really, really meaningful and beautiful for me. And it makes me feel like I really have something to say to the world. The truth is, to a certain degree, people know me here in the Jewish world, and they remember my father, and they got it already. But to be able to bring godliness and meaning to people who don't know what that is, who have never been touched by that kind of experience, it's incredibly rewarding for me. That to me is, at this point, one of my most favorite things about my work.
You got another sister, right?
I do.
Is she in music?
She's not. She's an incredible photographer, and she's a preschool teacher. And anyone who knows her, she's exactly like my father. She's most loving and open-hearted. I think I'm much more cynical. She is. I'm more cynical and, just in my own mind, more suspicious. And my sister is she's the most incredible person. She's my best friend. And she did all the pictures for my most recent record, Journey.
Okay.
She's one of the most talented photographers out there, in my opinion. I keep telling her to come out with a book of her pictures of my father. Hopefully one day she'll do that.
Let's go to another song from this new album, Journey. Is there any song in particular that has a cool story behind it?
Well, one of the songs that I love the most on that record is called Atahu, and it's an original song that David and I wrote. It's with Hebrew words. We do that as well. We sing songs with Hebrew lyrics, and it's about God. It's about how much God means to us in this world. And the first time I ever performed it was in Israel, in an outdoor amphitheater. And I looked up and I could see the stars. And it was just one of the most magical moments, singing about God and really feeling His presence in Jerusalem. Maybe share that one with everybody.
Okay. Atahu from the brand new album by Neshama Carlebach, right here on IsraelNationalRadio.com. That was your latest album. I want to talk about this album, HaNeshama Shel Shlomo. This is you and your father together.
Yes.
Is this actually you and your father together?
It's actually us. We did it 2 weeks before he passed away.
Wow.
And it was one of the most, I can't even tell you. When I heard that he died, my very first thought was, after that record. I mean, that was like my first lucid thought, after I completely fell apart. And, that was actually us. And one of my most favorite songs on that one is Gam Kielech, because he harmonizes to me. Actually, one of the only times in his career that he ever harmonized with anybody else, especially on one of his own songs. So, if you're going to share a song, that would be a wonderful one to share. That's, for me, the most powerful moment on the whole record. Because I was singing and he stood behind me and just that harmony just came out of him. It was unbelievable.
Okay. How old were you then?
19.
And you got one of the guys from Soul Farm on here.
Yes.
What's your relationship with them and the Moshav band and all the guys we got now, like Revelasheva?
Oh, I love them all. They're my very good friends. I love them, and I'm
Did you grow up with
those
work. Guys?
I did. Well, not with Revelasheva as much. Yudikash is fairly much older than me, but Noah of Soul Farm is one of my most favorite people in the universe, and the Moshav band guys. We grew up together on the Moshav.
Okay.
Radio.
You're on the. I guess someone's back.
Someone's there, yes. Sorry. I'm on the radio. Come in the car. Sorry.
Did they want to go on too?
No. It was actually David Morgan. I'm picking him up. I'm sorry, guys. I tried to be so subtle.
That's the piano player, huh?
That is my piano player. You want to talk to him too when he gets in the car?
Sure.
Sure. Awesome.
How'd you meet that guy? Because I have some other albums where he plays piano, not Neshama Carlebach albums. So he's been around.
He is one of the most talented people in the universe. He's so inspiring to me. He's amazing. And we've been working together for 10 years.
Okay.
How did we meet? We actually met because when I was eventually finishing Neshama Carlebach, the record that we were just discussing, I needed someone to play an organ part, and C. Lansbaum, it was amazing. He hired David, and we were finishing this recording, and it was such a painful experience for me because my father wasn't alive anymore, and because when he died, the record wasn't actually finished.
Which record is this now?
The one with my father, Neshama Carlebach, the one that we were just discussing.
Yes.
And so David Morgan came in, and I was so depressed and so sad. And the minute he walked in and started to play, I felt like the room filled with light. I mean, it sounds like a very cheesy thing to say, but I think that's one of David's best qualities, that he really he's a magical player. And I turned to him like, you want to do a gig? So after that, we really have been working together pretty consistently over the last 10 years.
Okay. What's up next for you after you leave Israel this week?
I have a week off, which is great. And then I go to Montreal. And then I have some shows locally in New York. Then I go to Arizona. I'm going to be in California. Anyone who wants to know my schedule, feel free to go on. Hold on, I have to turn on the car.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Once again, we're listening to Neshama Carlebach here on the radio. She's on her way to a concert right now. And if you want to ask any questions or give any comments, we're in the virtual studio chat room, and you can also instant message us at INR18. Are you still there?
I am still here.
Okay.
And David Morgan is now in the car if you want to speak to him.
Sure, because...
You want to speak to him?
Yeah.
Awesome. Here he is. Hold on.
So you're the piano player and producer, and you co-wrote some of the songs.
Yes.
What's Israel been like? What are the concerts? How have they been? And what's your opinion?
Last night's show was phenomenal.
With Eti Ankri.
With Eti, yes. It was such a great show. It came together in such a beautiful way, and it was very spontaneous. And I don't know her music, Eti's music, well at all, but I was very impressed by her and her band, and I love her songs and her voice, and I just thought she was tremendous. And I thought that she and Neshama worked so well together, and I just thought it was a great show last night. And the other shows have been very nice too.
Okay.
I always love coming to Israel.
What's your kind of philosophy on the music? We were saying before there's more piano on the new album, and then you got a new album that's all English.
Pop. What was the question?
I mean, are you going for a certain thing? Are you trying to, what are you trying for something, or do you just let it flow when you write a new song, or?
Yeah, kind of. The new pop album is comprised of songs that have been around for a little while in our repertoire, and we finally, and some of them actually the tracks have been recorded for a while, and we're finally laying down the vocals and getting them mixed, and we're really happy with the way it's turning out. It's a pop album. The sound is very pop, but the lyrics are, for sure coming from a emotional, spiritual place. It's not overtly, it's not a religious album at all, but it's definitely coming from that more spiritual place. And but the sound is very pop, very like pop radio, and it's definitely a side of what we do that we really love. And I think one of the things about our sound and our show, and what we like to do is kind of we have a pretty large palette of flavors and grooves and things that we like to do, and we kind of do it all in the live show. But I think our albums are going to become a little bit more focused in terms of style and mood and that kind of a thing.
Okay. It's a journey, I guess.
It is a journey, absolutely. The creative process is never ending, and between Neshama and myself, we both have music that we're influenced by, and always trying to learn new stuff and grow and change, and it's kind of finding a balance between planning and not planning.
Okay, I think I get that. Yeah. We have about 8 minutes left in the show, and so let me ask for your final words, and then I want to play to end this Gam Ki Elech.
Right on.
So final words, or what do you think?
Final words from me. Wow, what do I think? I'll just say something about Israel. I love coming here. This is, I think, my 17th trip with Neshama, and coming here for me is, and being able to perform and play music is such a blessing for me. I always feel like people who come to our shows here and the people that I spend time with really kind of get what we do on a deeper level, and it really means a lot to me. And I always feel like coming here, it's a great way for me to for a personal, not professional at all. It's a great place to come and get recharged and get some reality checks on life and what's going on. And I always feel like I go back to the States with a bit of fire that I didn't have when I came. So I love coming here, and I want to keep coming, please God, and keep making great music, and thank you very much.
Okay. That was David Morgan, producer and piano player. Okay, Neshama Carlebach, final words or any final comments, and I'm going to end with this Gam Ki Elech.
Wonderful. Any final words? This has been a wonderful interview. I've really enjoyed speaking with you.
Thank you.
Thank you for, sorry to bust myself, and I'm like, I'm on the radio. Any final words? There's never any final words. There's always more to say, I think. But I just love you all, and I'm so grateful for your support and your love, and I really appreciate all the people who called in and instant messaged in with beautiful words of support. And my father would always say that when we sing, we're bringing the worlds together, and that's what I hope to contribute to, along with everybody else in the world who's doing the same. That the world should be a better place with the music and the love that we give to each other in these special moments.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Neshama Carlebach, and for more information, her website is neshamacarlebach.com. That's SENE NESHAMACarlebach.com. Thanks for helping me out with that.
No, it's the longest name ever. Don't worry about it.
Okay, Neshama Carlebach, this is from her album Ha Neshama Shel Shlomo. Thank you very much. There is no Activist Hour this week. It might be a special one tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And this has been The Beat with Benjamin Bresky on IsraelNationalRadio.com.
Rather than argue that's not Jewish music, that is, let's say, where does it get us? What ideas does it open up in our minds?
The Beat.
This is a very Israeli song about an Israeli sound, an Israeli feeling to a song.
The Beat.
The Jewish come from the people that play. This is the real Jewish music.
The Beat with Ben Bresky. Sundays live at 6 p.m. Israel time and archived weekly on IsraelNationalRadio.com.